All right. Well, game one hit 229 points. The total for game two was set at 225 and a half. I mean, Jules, Jrue Holiday's 33 points in game one. Those were by far the most of his playoffs. He hadn't eclipsed 21 points this postseason. Before that, John Collins also tied his playoff high with 23 points in game one. We're saying we could see more defense in store. So what do you think? Is this going over or under?
Yeah, I'll go. I mean, Nick and I did the segment for game one, and we both went under. Didn't quite get it. I'll go under again. I think the only person that really has room for improvement offensively was Middleton, who had the bad game one. Everybody else was pretty good and has room to, shoot a little worse. Both teams are going to make some defensive adjustments. We saw game one of Clippers and Suns go way over, and then game two turned into a grind after they had seen each other in that first game. A lot less shot making. One thing that I will say, if you haven't watched or listened to this week's Unreasonable Odds podcast with Joe Osborne from OddsShark, you should certainly go ahead and do that. Steve Buchanan was there too, but he doesn't know anything about the NBA. Joe told us that these two teams in the playoffs have combined to go under the first half total in 20 of 25 combined games. So first half unders hitting at an 80% clip for these two teams combined in the postseason. So maybe you want to check out that first half total.
All right, Kenny, what are you doing here?
Yeah, unlike yesterday with the Suns, Julian is right. Look, I think that you look at the pace in this series, this pace, the 102 in game one, that was so uncharacteristic for the Bucks and the Hawks this postseason. Now look, the Bucks, it was weird. They were like number one in pace or top three in pace all season long. And this postseason, they've really kind of slowed things down, starting with that Brooklyn Nets series where they couldn't control the pace. It does seem like the Hawks here are at least slowing them down just a little bit. And when you talk about good defense on both sides of the coin here, the Bucks have played good defense all postseason. The Hawks technically have. I don't know, again, if it, like Julian said, I don't know if it's a product of just three really bad offenses in a row, but making this defense look good. But they've certainly held their opponents at bay. And then, yeah, you look at the factor with Middleton not playing well. Like, I mean, even if he magically snaps out of his slump here, like, do we trust Jrue Holiday to keep it up? I just think so much can go wrong here to lead us to the under. And I just think this is a game that might be close again, and a game that the Bucks aren't like racing back to come back, or the Hawks. I think it's just going to be one of those sort of like game 7 of Hawks Sixers, where it's just a close game throughout, and we get, a lot of half court sets. And again, I'm always a big fan of fading the Bucks offense, and that is exactly what you do here with the total. Like, even if they cover whatever, I don't think they're going to go for 120 points. It just doesn't seem like it's in the cards. So I like the under.